Here's another kind of common sense many of us live by without ever questioning it. I am someone who helps others. That's who I am. It doesn't feel like a belief, it feels like a fact, an identity, really. And for most of us, it didn't start as an identity, it started as a response. Someone needed something. We were good at providing it. That felt meaningful. Maybe it is what kept us or someone we love safe. So we kept giving. Of course we did. Being helpful is not a character flaw. Being someone others can count on is not a problem. Caring about someone's well-being is not a mistake. So this is not a critique. It's something else. Here's what I've been noticing. Underneath the helping, there's often something else running. Something quieter and something that doesn't announce itself. And it goes something like this. If you're not okay, I'm not okay. Not as a conscious decision, but as an operating system. Your mood becomes data I'm constantly monitoring. Your stress becomes something I feel responsible for. Your disappointment becomes something I need to fix. And so I watch. I read the room. I adjust. I anticipate. I smooth things over before they become things. All of this happens so fast and so automatically that it doesn't feel like effort. It just feels like paying attention. But there's a cost. The cost is that my okayness is no longer mine. It's contingent. It depends on how you're doing, on whether things land well, on whether everyone seems settled. That's an enormous amount of vigilance to sustain. And over time, it becomes exhausting. Not dramatically, just a slow drain. A heaviness that doesn't have an obvious cause. Because from the outside, it looks like caring. It looks like love. It looks like being a good partner or parent or colleague or friend. And then the feeling comes. The one that is harder to admit. I feel taken advantage of. And underneath that, I'm angry at myself for letting this happen again. And this is where it gets interesting. Because most of us, when we get there, to that feeling of being drained, taken advantage of, or being resentful, we look outward. We look at the people we've been helping and we analyze what they did or didn't do. We wonder why they didn't notice or why they didn't appreciate it or why they keep needing so much. But there's something else worth looking at. Not as blame, just as information. There's often a second reason we do for people. One that has nothing to do with their need. We want the outcome to land a particular way. We have a vision of how it should go, how it should look, how it should feel when it's done. And somewhere, quietly, we don't trust the other person to get there. Not because they're incapable, but because they might do it differently. They might not do it our way, or they may not do it at all. So rather than say what we need, rather than communicate the expectation, rather than trust them with the outcome, we just do it ourselves. And then we wonder why everything lands in our lap. There's no villain in this story, just a loop. I don't trust the outcome to you, so I don't give you the chance. So you never get to show me you could. So I keep not trusting. So I keep doing. So I keep exhausting myself. So I keep feeling taken advantage of. Around and around we go. Now here's the part that most of us haven't considered. We believe we're helping. But there's a message inside every act of help, one we never intend to send, and one the other person often can't quite name, but feels it anyway. The message is this: you can't do this without me. Every time we do something for someone who is perfectly capable of doing it themselves, every time we step in before they've had a chance to figure it out, every time we smooth over what they could have worked through, we are telling them in the clearest possible terms, you are not resourceful enough, you are not capable enough, and you need me for this. And the person receiving all of that help, they feel it. They may like being taken care of, and they may resent themselves for liking it. They may feel dependent and be frustrated that they can't seem to function without you. They may feel vaguely diminished in the relationship and unable to identify why. This is what helping as control quietly creates. Not because anyone meant harm, but because the help came from a hidden assumption. I don't believe you can handle this on your own. Nobody said that out loud. And yet, both people feel it. It's also worth noting that this pattern doesn't belong to one gender. And this is worth saying plainly. We have a cultural story that locates this in women. The selfless caretaker, the one who holds everything together, the one who puts herself last. That story is real, and it's incomplete. Men do this too, just through different entry points. The one who fixes everything before anyone has to ask. The one who manages the outcome so there's no disruption. The one who provides and provides and provides and quietly waits for someone to notice just how much. Control as care, fixing as love, anticipating as devotion. Different expressions, same operating system. If you're not okay, I'm not okay. So here's the question I come back to. And I want to offer this slowly because it is worth sitting with. What would it take for me to be okay, even if you're not. Not as a prescription, not as something to achieve, just a question. And notice what happens when you ask it. For some people, it might land as relief, like a door they didn't know was there. For others, it's going to land as guilt, like they are being asked to stop caring. And for some people, it doesn't compute at all, because okayness has never operated that way for them. It has always been contingent. It has always been relational. Their own state has been downstream of someone else's. Whatever lands for you is the right data. You don't need to answer the question. You just need to notice what it stirs. There's also a smaller question underneath this one, and it's the one that is the hardest to ask. What is it that I actually want? Not what do I think I should want, not what would make things easier for everyone else, not what would prevent conflict or disruption or someone needing something that I don't have. What do I want? For many of us, that question is genuinely disorienting because we've spent so much attention on everyone else's wants, anticipating them, managing them, trying to meet them before they're even named, that our own wants have gone quiet. They're not gone, just quiet. And noticing that, just noticing, is something already. You don't need to take this anywhere today. You don't need to stop helping. You don't need to have a conversation. You don't need to change anything about how you move through your relationships. Just notice, if you can, the next time you step in, whether it's from genuine care or from the need to make things okay so that you can be okay. There's no judgment in that distinction, just information. And notice, if you can, what happens in your body when someone you love is struggling and you don't immediately move to fix it. What's there? That's the real information. Nothing has gone wrong. This is just what it looks like up close when we've learned to outsource our okayness. You don't need to do anything with that. I'll leave it here.